Hello, today we're going to be talking about contractions. What is a contraction? A contraction is a shorter way of saying something. It is two words that have been made to one word. Looking at the example, we have is plus not. Is plus not becomes isn't. And if you will look carefully, you will see the vowel O has been replaced with an apostrophe. So what is an apostrophe? An apostrophe is a symbol, and that symbol apostrophe will fill the place of the missing letter. Let's take a closer look again. Is plus not became isn't. The O was replaced by the apostrophe. When looking at contractions, the first word in a contraction doesn't change. However, there are some exceptions to the rule, and I will share a couple with you as we go further into this mini lesson. Letters are always deleted from the second word, and apostrophe takes their place. Looking at the example, U plus R. The A was replaced by the apostrophe. U plus R became your. Contractions. There are about 70 contractions in the English language. Most contractions are made by leaving out two letters. Example, she will became she'll. The W and I have been replaced by an apostrophe. Also, some contractions are missing one letter. Are not became aren't. The vowel O is replaced with an apostrophe. So what we're going to talk about are some of the most common contractions that are used. Contractions with an I. When there is a contraction with I must be capitalized. I am became am. The apostrophe replaced the A. When using the word is in a contraction, if is part of the two words that make up the contraction, you will leave out the I and replace with an apostrophe. Please look at the examples. She is became she's. He is became he's, and it is became its. The I was replaced with an apostrophe. Using contractions with the word are. If are is part of the two words that makes up the contraction, you will leave out the A and replace with an apostrophe. An example, they are became their. We are became we're. And you are became your. When using contractions with the word will. If will is part of the two words that make up the contraction, you will leave out the W and I and replace it with an apostrophe. Look at the examples. She will, I will, and they will. Now let's look at the contraction using the word not. If not is part of the two words that make up the contraction, you will leave out the O and replace with an apostrophe. The example, have not became haven't. Does not became doesn't. Now I want you to take a closer look at cannot. Remember earlier I said there are some exceptions. Cannot became can't. And this particular word, you will leave out one of the N's and the vowel O to create can't. Cannot became can't. Also, there is an exception when you are using the word will and not. In this particular exception, you will eliminate the I and both of the L's. So will not is an exception, and that contraction would be won't. When you are using contractions with the word have, if have is part of the two words that make up the contraction, you will leave out the have, HA, and replace with an apostrophe. I have became I've. You have became your. And we have became we're. When working with the contractions with had, it is very similar to the word have. You will leave out the H and the A and replace with an apostrophe. I had, you had, and we had. Again, contractions using the word has, you will continue to replace the H and the A. If has is part of the two words that make up the contraction, you will leave out the HA and replace with an apostrophe. But this can be very tricky because this one is tricky because you can also use is too. So when we talked about using is, we were replacing the I with the S. So when looking at these particular contractions, always use your context clues in your sentence to see which one makes the most sense. She has became she's. He has became he's. And it has became its. Now, I know this is a lot to take in reference to contractions, so I just wanted to share with you the most common contractions that you will be using. That concludes our mini lesson for today, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, send me a text, or reach out on WhatsApp, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Have a great day.